Which certifications is it? Like, is it Security Plus, CISA, CISSP? If you're coming from an IT background, what's the point of going back and then stacking up those certifications? I'll be sharing my 9-step strategy to make sure that you nail the interviews in the first attempt. How to become a cybersecurity analyst in 2024 without previous experience. Let's dive in. Hey everyone, Emin here, your Cyber Career Transformer. Are you sick and tired of being underpaid and undervalued in your current role? Maybe that's a corporate job, or in IT, or maybe even in cybersecurity. Do you feel stuck in a dead-end position with no room for growth? Well, you've come to the right place, because in this video, I'm going to share my proven step-by-step process for landing a high-paying cybersecurity analyst job in 2024, even if you have zero previous experience. I've helped hundreds of professionals just like you make the leap into an exciting and lucrative cybersecurity career, and they all follow this exact process I'm about to show you. So if you want to say goodbye to your boring old job and hello to an amazing new career in cybersecurity this year, make sure to watch this video all the way to the end, because in the end, I'll be sharing my 9-step strategy to make sure that you nail the interviews in the first attempt. I'll also be sharing my insider tips and top strategies to help you succeed right now. So let's get started. Step number 1. Choose your cybersecurity analyst specialization. Now, cybersecurity analyst is a very broad term that encompasses many different roles inside, okay? So the first thing you need to do is identify what specific type of cybersecurity analyst job that you want to have. For example, do you want to focus on security operations and monitoring threats in real time? Maybe that's what you want to do. Or maybe you want to manage security systems and investigating different incidents. What about conducting risk assessments and recommending security controls, policies, both technical and from non-technical point of view? They are all part of cybersecurity analysts, and every company has a different understanding. Different companies use different job titles interchangeably. So focus more on the day-to-day responsibilities that excite you, and this will help you tailor your learning and also position yourself as the ideal candidate. Because the problem is, if you are not focused, if you don't know what kind of jobs that you will do, what kind of tasks that you will be responsible for, how can you get ready? Every company has a different understanding. There are tens, hundreds, maybe even thousands of different applications out there. How can you learn all of them? That's why start with your specialization. Narrow it down. That's number 1. And once you have settled on a cybersecurity analyst specialization, it's time to focus on step number 2, identify your skills gaps and evaluate your current skills and experience, okay? Determine what's missing for your target role. Now that you know your background and you know your goal, for instance, if you want to get into cybersecurity operations, you may need to learn new tools like maybe Splunk, Azure Sentinel, Elastic Stack, or SIEM technologies, and there are lots of different brands out there. Or if you're interested in vulnerability management, make sure you know the basics of at least Nessus, Qualys, Burp Suite, OWASP Zap. Why? Because you don't have to be an ethical hacker to use these tools, but you still need to understand how these tools work so you can deal with different internal vulnerabilities when you get started. Okay? Or maybe you need to improve your soft skills like communication, collaboration, and report writing. And this is another big problem that I see all the time, because people focus on technical skills all day, every day, but they don't know how to communicate. They don't know how to speak with a recruiter. They don't know how to prepare a report. And that's a big, big red flag. That's why make sure that you focus on your soft skills as well. Your communication skills and your leadership skills, they are all very important and relevant. And once you identify what's missing, make a list of the top skills gaps that you need to fill. And this will give you a clear roadmap for the technical skills or maybe non-technical skills and certifications and qualifications. I'll talk about that in just a second, so that you can focus on your skills development efforts. And that being said, let's talk about step number 3, review your education, qualifications, and certifications. Now, take a look at your educational background. Regardless of the field or your major, did you go to college? How about any accreditations, qualifications, or certifications that you do have right now? And what about your job experience? Are you coming from an IT background, corporate world, or this will be your first tech job? Do you have transferable skills? And not just from technical IT, by the way. What about people skills? What about process skills? If you're coming from marketing or sales background, or maybe project management background, that means you have tons of transferable skills that you probably don't have any idea that you can apply it in the cybersecurity job that you love. At the end of the day, knowing your starting point is essential. And let me also talk a bit more about certifications, because I get that question all the time. Which certifications is it? Like, is it Security Plus, CISA, CISSP? Let me just get them. First things first, certifications alone are not required to land your ideal cybersecurity analyst job, but they can help you complement your experience and fill the skills gaps if you have them. And let me just give you an example. Let's just say you have 10 years of IT background, or maybe corporate experience, maybe from project management, program management, business analysis, something like that, okay? If that's you, that means you have tons of transferable skills and also experience you can apply. That doesn't mean, in that case, to go back and stack up different certifications, the CompTIA trifecta, like A+, Network Plus, Security Plus. If it's not applicable, why would you do it? It just doesn't make sense. Or maybe you have relevant and related certifications and experiences. In that case, you can just use them. If you're coming from an IT background, if you have 10 years of system administration background and experience, what's the point of going back and then stacking up those certifications? However, let's just say you are just starting your tech career. You don't have a college degree, and it's been like years that you've been doing total different things, maybe in transportation, maybe in the retail sector. You are not working in a corporate world, let's just put it that way. In that case, if instead of going back to college, getting some degrees, etc., getting a few certifications might help, because at the end of the day, companies want to see whether you have invested in yourself properly or not. If you show up to them and say, hey, I've watched a few Udemy courses and then some YouTube videos, that's why I'm ready, and I don't even have certification, I don't have job experience or skills, obviously it will be very hard in that case. Because of that, there are some cases that you can take advantage of those certifications. And for someone brand new to the field, a vendor neutral certification like Security Plus or CISA Plus could be useful. Okay, because they lay a foundation of core cybersecurity analyst concepts. If that's penetration testing, we talk more about OSCP, or maybe if that's a GRC related role, which is not the topic of today, but then we can talk about CRISC or CISA. But in cybersecurity analysis, many times Security Plus or CISA Plus could be helpful. And after that, you may want to get a vendor specific certification, like maybe Cisco CyberOps Associate, AWS Certified Security Specialty, Microsoft Defender or Microsoft Sentinel, Azure Security Engineer, Splunk Enterprise Security Certified Admin, Qualys Vulnerability Management Foundations, etc. There are tons of them out there. And these align you with major tech platforms used by the companies. And that's why I told you in the beginning that you must focus on your specific company and the industry and your specialty. Otherwise, you will try to collect all the certifications out there. You will try to learn all the platforms out there, and it's a never-ending task. Also, in most cases, practical experience and skills trump certifications all day, every day. But clearing one or two relevant exams can give your resume a boost if you really need it. Because at the end of the day, if you have 10 years of experience in IT, or maybe cybersecurity tooling knowledge, what's the point of wasting your time and energy? Because of that, proceed with caution with certifications. In a nutshell, when it comes to certifications, proceed with caution. And now, moving on to the fourth and the critical step. Stop learning and start applying. And this is the biggest mistake most people make when they want to start or grow their careers in cybersecurity. Why? Because they keep learning and learning for months before even applying for jobs. And when I ask them, and I have these conversations all the time, they say, oh, I just want to be perfect. I just want to know everything. I don't want to fail. In reality, they are failing right now because they are not helping the companies that they need out there. They need your help, but you are not showing up because you are not confident enough. But because of that, they're losing time, they're losing money, reputation. Some of those companies or even government sector organizations, they're going bankrupt. That's the mistake number one, and that's the negative effects. And number two, you're wasting your time, you're wasting your money because you're not getting the opportunities that you can. In reality, you can. If you're not applying for CISO or top level roles or consultant architect roles, getting started as a cybersecurity analyst is no big deal. You can do this, and they need you right now. That's why instead of trying to be perfect, trying to know everything, just focus on your confidence. And there are lots of mindset blockages there as well. Many times I see, overcome them and start showing up. And knowing you are not ready, you are not perfect yet, but you will be. That's why you're ready for the challenge. Does that make sense? This part is very important. Because otherwise, you know what you will do? You will waste your time on different platforms like Hack the Box and Try Hack Me, etc. It never ends. You will try to stack up all the certifications out there. It never ends. Because it's easy to get stuck in tutorial paralysis, thinking you are not ready yet. Oh, I'm missing that single thing. Let me just get that as well. But in fact, the more you learn, the less you know, because you will realize how little you know in the grand scheme of things. But here's the truth. The only way to get real skills and experience is on the job itself. No amount of training courses will prepare you 100%. That's why if you focus on transferring your skills and figuring out how they are relevant to your ideal role in cybersecurity, you can bring those skills and experiences. And honestly, this is how I started my career 15 years back, okay? Because I was a data mining admin using database tools like Oracle and SAS, and then I became a database security specialist, and then became a penetration tester focused on applications, specifically database applications. Does that make sense? Do you understand the logic here? I transferred my background and applied it this way, although cybersecurity was new for me, but in reality it wasn't, because I was practicing this in a different context. And you can do the same. And it doesn't have to be IT. If you're coming from people or process skills or background, and I've seen that all the time. For example, one of our team members, Ina, she's fantastic, and she was also a client of mine many years back. She was a teacher, biology teacher, and now she's with Deloitte. And the same is true for Tassim, the same is true for Obafemi, Michael, Simon. They all brought lots of skills and experiences and they applied it in their ideal cybersecurity jobs. And you can do the same. As a result, after a fast and reasonable period of focused study, typically from 8 to 12 weeks, getting the relevant skills, the right strategy, and high quality support, you can do this as well without wasting your time or energy. But first things first, you need to draw a line in the sand. Stop learning irrelevant stuff. Major in minor things, don't do that. And start taking action on your job hunt because the company will train you on their specific environment and their tools and processes anyway. And there is no way you can be fully prepared for this. And of course, keep learning throughout your career. In fact, you must, but don't get trapped in an endless learning loop. And let me wrap up with 9 job hunting tips to get you started in your ideal cybersecurity role as soon as possible. Number 1, choose your specialty in cybersecurity analysis. Are you more focused on the technical side or the government side? What kind of companies or industries are you focusing on right now? Get clear on them. Okay? And identify your transferable skills that you can use in your new role. Do not start from scratch, okay? Use what you already have. That's the key element. And quickly get the missing skills through hands-on practical experiences and only focus on what you need right now. And brush up your resume to emphasize technical skills, systems, and tools related to the role. For example, highlight experience with firewalls, IDS, IPS, CM systems, etc. And then make a list of target companies and specific hiring managers to contact. Because at the end of the day, if you are not marketing yourself, how can you get those roles? That's why step out of your comfort zone. You can focus on consulting firms, managed cybersecurity services, security service providers, or even government roles. But which one is your field? Which one is your environment? Choose one and go all in with intentional marketing materials. And then focus on marketing. Create a professional presence on LinkedIn and connect with leaders and recruiters in the space with focus and intention. Do not do that randomly. Do not spray your resume out there. Be very intentional and focused. And then don't forget to be flexible and open-minded about job titles and responsibilities and potential opportunities out there because different companies use different ambiguous titles. Make sure that you understand what that is about and then you will realize, oh my God, that's something I can do. Another very important point, make sure that you get high-quality help, support, and strategy. Follow mentors, reach out to them, work with them, do whatever it takes to be in their circle. Ask questions, get clarity about your personal situation. Trying to create a personal strategy is essential because everyone is different, everyone is unique. But with high quality help and support, you can shrink the time from 12 months to 24 months maybe, all the way down to 2-3 months, and that will save you many months and tens of thousands of dollars. Do not try to reinvent the wheel. Just get some help from someone who has already been there, done that. This way you can shrink the time and get the jobs, get the opportunities that you want. Another point, do it now. Don't wait until forever. Don't try to be perfect. It never comes anyway. The best way to learn is by doing it in a professional environment and growing within your role. It is possible to break into this field without formal experience. You just need to have the right strategy, the right guidance, and a massive commitment to do it right now because someday is not on the calendar and that never comes. Summary and the next steps. So here are the key steps we covered today. Choose your ideal cybersecurity analyst specialization. Identify skills gaps and training needs. Obtain relevant qualifications, accreditations, certifications only if they are needed. And stop learning and start applying for jobs. And use targeted job hunting strategies and networking as we covered in 9 steps, okay? So if you follow this framework, you can successfully transition into a cybersecurity analyst role, making 80K to 120K easy within just a couple of months. Not years, not forever. You can do it right now if you are committed, coachable, and resourceful. Just like thousands of people out there, you can do the same. But you might be asking, hey, I mean, it's cool, and I'm ready to take action, but I'm confused. There are so many different things, so many moving elements, and I don't want to waste time or energy. I want the outcomes right now. But I have personal questions about my situation. And if that's you, and if you want to master these skills I covered in this video, and if you want the top-notch help to get what you want today, if you want a customized roadmap and mentorship from me or my team, head over to www.cybertransform.com and learn more about our famous Cyber Transform Career Mastery Workshop. You can sign up for the initial training, introductory training for free, and you will understand the key strategies to turbocharge your career in our 8-week Career Mastery program and what it takes to work with me and my team. Because we can help you fast-track your learning, create your marketing materials, practice interviews, and connect you with ideal job opportunities in cybersecurity so that you can land your ideal cybersecurity analyst job as soon as 8 weeks without losing time or energy. Just click the link around the video in the video description and sign up for the introductory training and claim your spot today. All right, I hope you found this video helpful. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and I will see you next time. This is Cyber Career Transformer Emin signing off. Bye for now.